Let's go, huh? The battle plays this 1-2. Gotta make layups. We gotta rebound.
This is Utah Tech basketball and the John Judkins Coaches Show.
Great win. Proud of you. Let's keep it going.
And hi there again, everybody. Welcome to John Judkins Coaches Show. Rod Zund along with head coach Juddy, John Judkins. And I'll say it again, it is a great week again to be a trailblazer. The John Judkins Coaches Show presented by Strap Tank Brewery and Restaurant on Crosby Way in St. George. Coach, split the two-game Texas road trip, lost to UT Arlington on Thursday, and an 8-point win Saturday afternoon at Tarleton State, a 3-game sweep over the Texans, and now you're at 10-5. You sit in second place all alone in the Western Athletic Conference, a half game behind first place Utah Valley. 2 games this week, Thursday in Burns Arena against Abilene Christian, and then Saturday in Cedar City against that team 50 miles to the north. Coach, you're right there. You didn't get a sweep like you did the last Texas road trip, but a split at this time of the year, you still have to be satisfied with the way your guys played.
Yeah, I mean, you got to win at home, like we always talk about, and then on the road, obviously we could have been better. We could have got 2. That would have been great. But again, we did what we had to do. You know, when you go on a road, you have to at least get a split or you got to win 2, and our guys did that. And it could have been worse too, Rob. We could have lost 2. Which that Saturday game got a little tighter than we wanted, but I was really proud of our guys, how they came back and they fought and they finally relaxed and they started to shoot shots. We started to guard, and we did a really good job of keeping them off the glass. That's one thing I was happy with, because on Thursday night we didn't do that well enough, but on Saturday I thought we did.
So you got 2 games this week, one at home Thursday and then in Cedar City on Saturday. Talk about this week and the mental preparation, knowing that you're right there battling for a title.
Yeah, they know that. You know, the big thing right now, Rod, is mentally. We got to be mentally tough. We got to be mentally into the game. Our bodies are beat up. You know, today we did some things, but it's just you know, it's just that time of year. You got to keep everybody healthy. Our practices are shorter. You know, you try to do those things, but mentally they got to be prepared. We watch a lot more film right now, preparing them that way instead of going and banging them against each other that way. So that's the plan right now. We're trying to do. You know, we played 2 very good teams this week. They're playing well. Abilene beat Southern Utah on Saturday, and Southern Utah should have beat Tarleton on Thursday night. Yeah. They had a big lead and kind of let it get away. So they're both playing very, very well. And like I said, Rod, it's take care of our own business. We want to be playing the best that we can play going into the WAC tournament.
You talk about the mental preparation and being fatigued mentally, but knowing that you are battling for a championship and you've got a home game, that kind of helps the mental process out a little bit. So this is a fun moment for these guys.
Yeah, they know, again, take care of your business. Take care. We got 3 left, and we want to get the best seed we can get to going into the tournament. You know, bringing it home would be nice to have 2 of the 3 at home, playing 2 very, very good teams. So Thursday night's the big one. That's the one we got to focus on, and, you know, we beat them twice. We played really good against them the first time there. Probably shot well. We shot really well. They pressure. They get into you. They got Southern Utah because they got 24, 25 turnovers against them. So we got it. We know they're going to pressure us. We know they're going to deny. We got to take care of the ball. And like I've always said, Rod, when you have double teams, if you can take care of it and get it out, you're going to find wide open guys. And I love how our guys are shooting the ball.
Talk about the satisfaction of your guys, the mental toughness, and, you know, just the physicality that they're playing with right now and the confidence when they start to relax. Just talk about how far they've improved and what they're doing right now is pretty special.
Yeah, they don't panic. I love that. We got down by 13 against Tarleton with about 11-something minutes to go. And, you know, hey, we said, guys, it's a long game, but we got to make a run. We got to make a run. And then they went on their run, the 19-2 or whatever it was. And, again, it starts with our defense, and then we got some – we call them Raiders. We got some get out and run and get some easy baskets. And I said, when you see that ball go in, Rod, the confidence goes. And then we just started sharing it and got wide open looks and knocked them down. So it was good to see that. I didn't see a panic in their eyes. And, you know, they know what they got to do. It's just sometimes you got to remind them.
Yeah.
And we do that at timeouts, and we do that at halftime, and just do the things that we work on. We watched film again today with them, and it wasn't like we put some special play in or some guy just went off. It was just more of, this is the stuff we do. Basketball's an easy game. Let's not make it as difficult as we do sometimes. It's just like share the ball, find the open guy. What is the defense doing? If they do this, then we do that. And if you do those kind of things, the game's a lot fun to coach and it's a lot fun to play in.
And we'll see what you're talking about as we go through the highlights now against Tarleton State in Stephenville Saturday afternoon, coming off a loss to UT Arlington. Kind of back and forth, and then Nola really rocked the rim again.
Yeah, again, they really pressure the ball. We had a high ball screen right there, and Nola rejected it and got to lane. I thought Tanner was more aggressive this game than he was on Thursday, but there's offensive rebound. We did out-rebound them on the offensive end, which is one of the first times we've done that this year, which is nice.
And Toby off the bench really came in and provided a
I think did he go 3 for 3 or 4 for 4?
Yeah, 9 points, 4 rebounds in 12 minutes.
Did really well, and I thought he's starting. I mean, we need Toby. We're going to need him for sure on Thursday night. So there's, again, an offensive rebound. Tip it out. You score every time we give up offensive rebound. I always say a point. A lot of times it's 3. Chance, great job. Good offensive rebound again by Ethan. Kicks it out. Chance shot fakes it, moves to the left.
And this is really when he started to take over this game.
Yeah, well, we were finding him. I mean, there's Juice making a great pass right there. Chance getting his feet set. And again, if we share it, look at the ball moving right here.
This is excellent.
This is one of my favorite plays. We showed that one today as well. And there's one more. I don't know if you have it on there. We made like 3 or 4 extra passes and got a wide open 3. Again, offensive rebound. Toby gets it, kicks it out to Britt for a wide open 3. And like I said, if you take care of the ball, you're going to get it. There's in the post to Ethan. I love that good move. He went strong to the basket. The guy tried to block every shot in the gym.
It's great movement.
This is what I was talking about. You should have got the play a little bit before that one, but we had an open guy. We missed him, and then we kept the ball moving and we hit it.
This inbounds play. Watch the screen set right there.
Yeah, good screen.
Textbook.
Yeah, look at that. We closed the door. We call it the elevator. And we close the door and get a wide open 3, and we just put that play in a couple of days ago, and again they ran it perfectly and got a wide open 3.
I haven't seen this play before. Hit Noah in the middle and then the corner.
Oh yeah, we drew that up, Rod. No, again, that's just reads. Our guys saw some things. Noah saw a little gap right there, and Juice saw him. They throw it in there and they collapse in, and that was the kick out to the wide open 3.
You're not taking credit for that one?
No. We do things where, like I said, we teach them things of what to do, and this does this, you do this. And they did that. Noah found that little hole in the middle and got it. They collapsed in, and our guys share the ball, right? That's what I love about this team. When they share it, we're really good. And when we played UTA, we kind of got away from that a little bit. Their pressure got to us and sped us up a little bit, and then we started to maybe try to do too much on our own. When you play a team like that, you got to set better screens. You got to be tougher coming off screens to get open. Get somebody open is what we were trying to tell them. And they did it for a time. We cut it 42 or 41, 44 or whatever it was. I thought, okay, here we go. We're starting to get it.
Arlington game,
and then they went on that run. But again, it was a good week for us. We did some good things. We learned a lot. Got to continue to grow.
You mentioned about sharing the ball against Tarleton State, 16 assists to 11 turnovers, and they were number 1 in the nation in forcing turnovers at 19 a game, and you only had 11.
Yeah, we did a good job taking care of it. They're still pretty high up in the, we show them the stats of the 365 teams where they're at. They're way high in the, having teams turn the ball over, and that's what Arlington's going to do to us Abilene Christian. They're going to do that try to do that to us on Thursday. So we just got to be tough. We got to be tough with the ball. We got to get it out quicker when the double teams are happening, and then make those extra passes. You're going to get good shots.
Chance, 5 of 9 3-pointers, 19 points, and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, he did 9 of those rebounds were defensive rebounds, and you saw some of them how he was really doing a good job of making contact and then go fetching the ball. And I thought he was really tough with those and got some really big ones late in the game. Ethan got some really big ones late in the game as well, and I saw they just posted him as player of the week again.
Yeah, Ethan Potter, he finished with 17 points, player of the week for the 4th time, and the preseason player of the year pick. Dom Daniels, he's had the player of the year 5 times, so they have 9 between them. He's making a run for player of the year.
He's playing well, and you don't see when you look at our games, you think, well, that guy had a great game, and you go back and look at the stats, like, wow.
Yeah.
He had a double-double, he had this, so we got to keep Ethan going. We got to have him finish strong, because teams are doing things different to him, but I saw some stuff on Saturday I haven't seen for a while. He was being really aggressive in the post and going hard to the basket, which is nice to see.
And then Juice Holt, 19 points, 3 of 7 from 3, but 5 assists. He has really taken the point guard position, which he didn't start the year out as, and really started to develop into a very nice point guard.
Well, the thing I like about him now is he's asking after the game's over, hey, how many assists I have? How many assists I have? That's nice, instead of like, hey, how many points I scored. You know, I mean, he understands, hey, I got to continue, because he's such a great scorer and a great shooter that teams are going to really start doubling him as well. And he's got to continue to share the ball, but it's great to see him sharing it, and he's the one that's getting chance those wide open threes.
And you talked about your guys just relaxed in the second half a little bit more. You finished with 11 threes, 11 offensive rebounds, turning into 20 second chance points. You out-rebounded the Texans by 8.
Yeah, we kind of went through a stretch there, like our guys were a little tight, and I think our coaches did a good job of that, saying, guys, relax, just play loose and play free, and you know what to do. Just sometimes we make it a little harder for them, yelling at them or tell them to do certain things. It's hard to play that way. We got to let them go a little bit more, let them have some freedom, and trust them. And they got to trust us, and we got to trust them. And once we got that going, I think then who knows what we can do.
Well, during the game, we were watching, keeping an eye on Utah Valley. They were playing UT Arlington, and we were, pulling obviously for UT Arlington on Saturday because Utah Valley won, and there's still a half game in front of you for first place. But Thursday night, you went into Arlington against the Mavericks, and probably one of your worst games of the year as far as not only execution but physicality. I think you talked about that on our post-game show.
Yeah, the energy wasn't there. I mean, you could blame it on a lot of things and travel and all that, but everybody does it. They lost 4 or 5 in a row. They were hungry. They came out. I didn't tell our team this. We found out that week of practice they were working on 50-50 balls, diving on the ground. I mean, they were in that kind of that little desperate situation. I don't think we played as our best game overall, offensively or defensively, and we still had chances, Rod. And that's all you can ask for, is giving yourself chances. Again, there's some things we did early in the game. We were battling back, and then they went on a big time run. We could have lived with that all night right there. They kind of tried to take the 3 ball away from us, but we had those shots were open all night, and we just got to. Ethan did hit 2 big threes for us that kind of got us back in the game a little bit that first half, and what was it, tied at halftime, I think, or something like that. And then we came out and had a little struggle. But there's Ethan's 2 threes you put in there. He's been working, our bigs have been working on that pick and pop, because a lot of the teams are guarding us. They're putting their big guy, we call it drop. They're underneath the basket waiting for us. We got to take advantage of that. And there's Dario there going strong. We got to continue to get him the ball when he's in the game, especially on that low block. We did some good things, but just the energy wasn't there. Our defensive stops weren't there, and we gave up way too many offensive rebounds, which that was the whole game against them, was rebound, and we just didn't do a good job on that one. So they're good. They're a good team. They're athletic, and they play extremely hard.
And we'll finish with this. Belonga, about halfway up his forearm, he hit the rim and hurt it.
He's been his last 3 games. He's been dunking like this. He had one our last home game, and then he had this one on Thursday, and he had another one of those on Saturday. And we got to maybe put a big pad on that, but I like how he's going to the basket, Rod. He's going hard, and he's throwing it down with the force, and we got to continue. We got to get to the foul line more. We got to be more aggressive of getting to the basket, and he's doing that.
So he hit the rim midway up through his forearm. Have you ever got that high on your dunk?
When we're doing 8-foot baskets when we were little, I used to do that, but no, it's
that's some hops right there.
He's long too. He's got long arms, and I love how he's being aggressive and getting to the basket.
Ethan Potter, his 6th double-double of the year, 16 points and 11 rebounds. And again, he got the player of the week again for the 4th time. But only 50 points. That's your lowest output of the season. Your second lowest output was 52 against that same team.
They guard really well. They don't help at all. They do more of just pressure the ball and stay in front of you, and they don't really overhelp. And sometimes that gets your guys to force stuff. Instead of trying to screen to get open, we didn't do that very well. And then they kind of walked the ball up the court too, Rod. And they scored 60. What was it?
63.
Yeah. So it's just when you see that low scoring game, it's not because you're not having a good night offensively. Sometimes you're playing against a team that just walks the ball up the court, and you don't get a lot of possessions. And we didn't rebound offensively like we should have. those offensive rebounds give us those extra possessions, which it helps it. But they're good. They're a good team, and we're probably going to meet up with them again, and we're excited for that.
Well, WAC Vegas is going to be wide open. Anybody can win it. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun here in a couple weeks. How much did you talk about that game and harp on that, or did you just kind of let them know that we're going to throw that out and let's go play Saturday against Tarleton?
We talked about it that night, obviously, and just said, hey, this was one of our games that let's throw it away. Let's throw it away. But we did watch film the next morning. We always do that, but the film session wasn't as long as some other times we do. We kind of did the quick ones and showed them the rebounding stuff, how we weren't good, and then we jumped right into the Tarleton State Scouts. So, the Thursday, Saturday games are hard because you want to learn from the Thursday game, but you got to drill them for that next game, the Saturday game. You can't, so we do that. When we get home on a long road trip, that Monday is where we really kind of correct our errors, prepare for the next game, but maybe a little bit longer of the game. So we kind of flushed that one, and hopefully we don't have to bring that one back up again.
All right, that'll do it for last week. You got a split in Texas. Now we get ready for two more big ones here this week. We only have 3 games left in the regular season. It's crunch time. Yeah,
it's time. Like I said, we want to be playing our best we can right now, and we're really close. We're really close. We haven't peaked yet, which is nice. Now it's time for us to start, playing that like, hey, we got to get a good seed. So how do we get a good seed? We got to win these next 3.
All right. We're going to take our first time out here on the John Judkins Coaches Show when we come back. A guy that you haven't seen on the floor because he's redshirting, but he's still an integral part of this team behind the scenes. That's Hunter Skank when we come back. And welcome back to the John Judkins Coaches Show. Rod Juddy, and please welcome sophomore Hunter Skank out of Eden, Utah. Beautiful Eden. That's the garden spot up there, right?
It's beautiful. That's home.
All right, you're a sophomore. You're redshirting this year. You played last year, so people haven't been able to see you out on the floor. So just talk about this is new for you, having to sit out and watch instead of
100%.
being a part of it like you have your entire career. Just talk about how you've been able to get used to that.
It's been, at the start it was hard, like not playing, but as you keep going, and it becomes a lot easier because you're with dudes, you're spending a lot of time with them, and you learn different ways to be a leader and be able to still contribute without playing on the court, actually.
Yeah. And Coach, we talked about this with Dallin and Preston the last 2 weeks, though. At practice, this guy, he doesn't give any breaks to the guys out on the floor. He makes them work and makes them better.
Well, that's what, when we talked about redshirting, again, redshirting's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. I did it myself. It's not an easy thing, but I'm glad I did do it. At the time, I wasn't happy I did. But I'm glad I did because now as a coach, I know what they go through and I know how hard it is. They make their games or their practices kind of their fun or their games, and he's done that. Yeah. And he does things that people don't see to make us better. And he's a guard that can score, he can shoot it. So when we do scout stuff, it's nice to have a guy like that. He's the Daniels from Cal Baptist. He's those kind of guys that we have to prepare for. So, he's done a really good job. It's not an easy thing knowing you're not playing the game. Coming to practice and being motivated and working hard. It's not an easy thing to do, but that's what I love about him. Is he's a team guy. He wants to win. He'll do whatever it needs to do to win. And his right now is preparing us in practice and stuff. And he's got a great attitude towards that.
Have you found that difficult at times to come to practice motivated every time and getting after it?
For sure. Sometimes I'm like, man, you know, if I was playing, this would be much more fun. But at the same time, it's been big for me, and I am very happy that I did it.
Yeah.
Because I think in a lot of ways I've gotten a lot better as a player. So.
Okay, so you talk about being better as a player. What have you been trying to work on to get better for when your time comes next year after the red shirt?
Honestly, at the start, it was I just need to be more physical. I need to get bigger. I need to be a better defender, and then I needed to find more ways to score. You know, 3 ball's not falling, but practice, scout team, everything's made it a lot more easier to figure out that there's a lot more different ways to score. And even if you're not scoring, it's fun to be able to become a passer all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So.
And have you found out and noticed improvement in physicality, getting stronger and all that? And I'll have you answer the question too.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I gained a lot of weight right off the bat, and then I kind of cut after that. But for sure, I think I've gotten a lot more stronger and better defender.
Coach?
Yeah, and again, that is, and then his confidence, because in practice he doesn't, not worried about being pulled out of a game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he can continue to do that. He hasn't been in too many film sessions because, you know, I won't have to get on to him in film because he has been. But again, it's a tough thing to do, Rod. It really is. But he's been great. You got to understand, and this is what I was telling him when we redshirted him is the reason why we redshirt a person is we feel that they can help us in the future.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, we don't think you're good enough to help us. It's like, hey, we want to help you in the future.
And you got glimpses, Coach, like here at Boise State last year.
In high school, he was the leading scorer in the state, his classification. We know he can score. We know he can do that. He's been playing the off guard. We're trying to get him more with the ball in his hands coming off those screens, which you just saw. Trying to get him more, maybe a little bit more at the point, a little bit more. But I like how he can score. He's got an act for scoring. He really does. But the weakness that he has, we've talked about, was getting stronger and being more physical, guarding these big, strong guards that we have. And he's doing that in practice. He's guarding Juice. He's guarding Chance. Those are big, strong guys that he has to defend, and that's going to help him for the following year.
Well, you can see that these guys that are playing right now, how hard they have to work in practice, because you can see it come into play in the game when things get physical. So how difficult is it for you, Hunter, redshirting, that to not anticipate too much and just say, oh, man, I can't wait till next year, when you're battling for a championship this year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for next year. I won't lie to you. I'm very excited, but also I'm still a part of this team. So winning a championship doesn't mean they just win it. It means I'm a part of it.
Sure.
So not only do they get a ring, I get a ring too. And that's something pretty cool to brag about, you know. But also these dudes are like my brothers, you know. I live with most of them, and I want the best for them, and I want them to win, and I like to see them success.
Yeah. How much do you guys talk as players amongst yourselves that you're a half game out of first place, that you have a chance to win a WAC regular season title and go in with a great opportunity to win the tournament?
I mean, honestly, we'll talk about it sometimes, but it's more about like next game mentality. Let's just win the next game. Don't look too far ahead because you don't want to get ahead of yourself. But also it is a crazy opportunity that we've had, obviously, to be able, if we win out, we can take the championship and be champs and have that seed that we need going into the WAC, which is big because, you know.
Coach, they're listening to your coach talk. They're saying all the right things, and they're thinking this right way.
That's his team, though. They're pretty solid that way, Rod. And we brought that up on the road trip. Was guys, if you know, they picked us second to last in the conference. That's where we started. They didn't think we'd do some good things. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year, hey, we're going to be second place, 3 games left, 2 of them are home, 1's on the road, you got a chance to win the conference tournament, I would have thought you're crazy because we had a whole new team. But man, these guys have really come together, and our goal is still right there. We got a chance to reach our goal, and I love that. And these guys, I mean, they see stuff on social media and they see the rankings. We don't have to remind them about that. But like you said, 1 game at a time. What's our next game?
Yeah.
What do we have to do that game? Because our league, it is so different. Each team plays so different that you have to adjust on the fly. You can't, you know, it's not like the same team you're playing. Like these guys walk it up. Some guys push, some guys get into you, some guys, you know, it's just tough. It's a whole different game, and these guys have done a really good job of adjusting to the teams we're playing.
All right, Hunter, we said that you're from Eden. If you don't know where that is, Pineview Reservoir, beautiful place. Beautiful place there. So just talk about you and your family, because you come from a very athletic family, and you had to battle against some tough players as brothers.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, my brothers are a big reason. My brother and my dad, they're a big reason why I'm, you know, in this point of life. Being able to play at a Division I level. And, yeah, I mean, home, it was just 2-on-2 in the backyard basketball all
With
day with my 3 brothers. I got Hayden, played at UVU. He was a really, really good player. High school, he was really good. And then Hudson he actually played 4 sports in high school. Went Division I, Weber State football. And then Holden was just an all-around athlete. He was always getting hurt, his shoulders and stuff, so he never went and played in college. But still, just all competitors, and we
you're
all
the
get after
youngest?
it. Yeah, so it's
And how
nothing
did
easy.
you fare against those guys in
Yeah.
the driveway?
I mean, growing up, it was a battle, and I can say that I battled as hard as I could, but it was not looking
took
pretty.
ya?
Yeah, it wasn't looking too
They're-
pretty for me.
Were they a little bigger than you too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I was like a little kid, and they were, they're grown-ups, so they're a little bigger. And, if I didn't have Hayden to back me up and be on my team, it would have been a long
Okay.
story.
All right.
I was just going to ask you that because I have 3 brothers too myself, and so it was always me and my older brother Jeff.
Yeah.
We're always against the middle brother,
Yep,
so I
that's
imagine
how it
that's the
was.
same now as yours.
That's how it was, and then we
Yeah.
had to switch it. Once I got to high school, it was me and Holden, so me in the middle, and then Hayden and Hudson.
Because you and Hayden used to kill it all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want to know how great their hair is in their family, Google Hayden, Hudson, and Hunter Shank, Skank, because
Long hair.
you can grow them,
Yep.
and it's full head of hair all the way around.
That's
Isn't it?
the curly hair.
Yeah,
You'll
I mean, they're down to there. It's like Samson.
I'm growing it back. You'll see it next year.
Oh,
Coach,
yeah.
he told me to. He wants me
You
to.
can let it be like Samson, Coach.
He can do it. As long as he's playing well and doing it, I don't care.
He has them all in dreads or something like that too. I
Yeah.
saw you there. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool looking.
I probably won't do it as long as I did in high school, but it'll be a little bit longer.
Let him go along, Coach.
Plays well.
All right, let's take a look ahead to this week. Thursday, you've got Abilene Christian. You've played them twice. You won both of those games, both on their home floor. So you've got the momentum. Always tough to beat a team 3 times in a season, but you just did it with Tarleton State and twice on their home floor. So you got a chance to really gain some momentum Thursday night.
Who came up with that? It can't beat something 3 times. That's
Somebody
all
smarter than
media.
me.
It's all the media people.
Yeah,
You
dumb
can,
media
you
people.
can beat everybody you want. You can beat any game you can win. No, we know that, but for some reason, like, this keeps coming back. You can't beat a team 3 times. You can, and we got to do what's right. Play the way we know how to play. But I like our chances. They're playing really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 games, our coach today said it wrong, but out of the last 4 games, they've won 3. And so they're playing a lot better, and they kind of did this last year. They kind of started off slow, and then they really came on. So we got to be ready. We got to be ready, and like I said, it's going to be more of a mental stuff. We know what they do. They know what we do. I mean, we have a few things we're going to add to their game, but other than that, it's just going to be, hey, who's the tougher team? Who's going to execute? Who's going to get stops? And that's what we got to do.
And Hunter, they love to pressure and get in your face and play pressure defense. So at practice, you're going to be that guy that's getting into your teammates' faces, right?
exactly.
Get them used to what they
sir.
are going to expect on Thursday.
Yep.
Told them to pressure them and foul them as much as you can.
Yep.
Because that's what they're doing.
Well, yeah, we got to be tough with the ball, so we can't expect calls. We just got to be tough. We got to be tough with it and play through it. And if we do that, I think our chances are good.
So how are you able to get the 2 wins on their home floor? What did you do better than them?
Well, I think we're tougher than them. I think we shot the ball extremely well. We handled their pressure. Like I said, Rod, they really double team and they really get out and deny. If you can make those extra passes, find the open guy, then we got to shoot it. So there's one, we get the ball going from side to side, get it in. We always say you got to get it to the paint. Got to get to the paint either like that, like a pass inside like that, or by a penetration. And then you got to get the advantage. We always say get an advantage and keep an advantage. There's our defense. We think we can turn them over too. Yeah. They turn other teams over, but I think we can turn them over as well. We got to be more aggressive. And then everybody's crashing. So if we can get the ball out and run and get some easy baskets like that, we got to block off first and then get it and go.
And then here towards the end of the game, they're really putting the pressure on and you got through it.
Yeah, again, almost got a steal, but we took care of it and boom, we got a wide open layup. Where if we wouldn't have been tough with that ball, they probably would have stole it from us and gone down and scored. So those are the things that we got to come meet every pass. We got to be tough with the ball, and if we do that and share it, we're going to get good shots.
So, Hunter, going into these final 3 games, you've got 2 of them at home.
Yep.
Just the mentality of this team and knowing that it's right there in front of you still.
Yeah. No, we're in a great spot right now. We can ask to be in a better spot, so.
Okay, should be fun. Thursday night, let's pack the burn, shall we?
Burns.
We need all the student and the Stampede there to fill it up, and the community's been great the last couple of times filling up the place. So come on out Thursday night, 6:45 pregame against Abilene Christian on Trailblazer Sports Vision and the Fan, and then 7 o'clock tip-off on the Fan Sports Radio. That's Thursday night. Then we'll head to a 6:30 game Saturday against that team 50 miles to the north. Be a short trip to get 2 wins this week.
Yep, that's the goal. We start Thursday. Thank you.
All right, Juddy, thanks. Hunter,
Thank you.
We'll see you Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
And then let's pack the Burns Thursday night, 7 o'clock tip-off. Abilene Christian battling for first place in the Western Athletic Conference. I liked hearing that.
Yes, sir.
Battling for first place
Love it.
and a championship. See you Thursday.